Yes guys, and welcome back to another video. Just before we get into it, I just want to say Merry Christmas to all your friends, family, yourself, and yeah, make sure you have a beer if you're over the age of 18. But yeah, have a good day and all that. And big games this weekend. Would you say Boxing Day weekend kind of thing? So yeah, Chelsea got a big game at the Emirates taking on Arsenal. You got Liverpool taking on West Brom. They should win that one. And you got the likes of Man United travelling to the King Power to take on Leicester. So let's get into it. And as always, got my dad's predictions with me. So yeah, let's get on with it. Okay, so the first game of the Boxing Day weekend, and it comes at the King Power Stadium as we see Leicester taking on Man United. And two decent teams. Two teams who got good results last weekend, especially Leicester beating Tottenham at the new White Hart Lane, or whatever you want to call it, 2-0 convincingly. Deserved the win, definitely. And obviously we saw Man United thrash Leeds 6-2, was it? Yeah, so yeah, interesting game here. Man United's away form is incredible this season. I think, what is that, 9 wins out of 9, including the game in the week against Everton in the Carabao Cup, I think it is. And that's some going, to be fair, to Solskjaer and his team. And I think they're going to make it 10 out of 10 here. And I'm going to go over 2-1 Man United. I just think their away form. If this was at Old Trafford, I think it's a different story, don't get me wrong. But the fact that Man United is so good away, I just think they're going to continue it and make it 10 out of 10. I'm going with a 2-1 Man United. My dad's also agreed. He's gone 2-1 United as well. So, yeah, this will be a good game to watch, though. First game to kickstart the Boxing Day weekend, as I said. But, yeah, plenty of more. Let's get into it. Okay, so the next game comes at Villa Park, where it's Aston Villa taking on Crystal Palace. And both teams have had relatively decent starts, especially Villa. They've had a really good start for their standards. And, yeah, I think they're going to win this one, to be honest with you. Palace are iffy. They got a good result against Tottenham, good result against West Brom, but 7-0 against Liverpool, that's quite embarrassing, isn't it? Let's be real. Like, I know like Liverpool are really good on the day, but still to lose 7-0 in that manner, I don't know about that one. But yeah, I think this is going to be Villa. I could be wrong. You know how hard it is to predict the Premier League this season. It's impossible. But yeah, I think Villa just going to have the upper hand with the home advantage, and after a good result last week. And I'm going to go over 2-1 Aston Villa win. My dad's sat on the fence. He's gone 1-1. But yeah, this game's one of them where it could go either way. You know, like if Palace turn up and Villa have an off day, Palace could beat them 3-0. Like, that could easily happen. And yeah, but I'm just going to give the Villa the upper hand just because of their form and their home as well. So yeah, let's move on. Okay, so the next game comes at Craven Cottage, and it's a Fulham with a Scott Parker-less team taking on Southampton, who are flying, but got a poor result last weekend. Well, to be fair, 1-0 to Man City, you think, oh, it's not too bad, but Man City weren't really great, were they, to be honest? And Southampton losing Dan Ings was massive, and will that affect him? It probably will, to be honest, but they did well without him before. Can they do well without him again? I don't know how bad his injury is. I haven't heard anything, but he did go off and it looked like maybe it was precaution, so he might be alright, but we'll have to see. But for this one, I'm going to go with Southampton. I think Fulham, I don't know, good result against Liverpool, and then they're just a bit off it. There's something about Fulham that they seem to like cherish the big games, but when it comes to the smaller games, they seem to fade a bit. And I think Southampton are going to win this one 2-0. 2-0 Southampton for me. My dad's gone 1-0 Southampton. So, yeah, Saints win all around. Okay, so the massive one of the weekend, Boxing Day. 5:30, Arsenal taking on Chelsea in a massive game. Both ends of the table. Arsenal in relegation form. Chelsea looking to get that top 4, get back on winning habit after a good win against West Ham, but obviously the 2 previous results were poor. Arsenal just shit, let's be real. Sorry about my language, but yeah, Arsenal are shocking, aren't they? And you could just see this being 2-0 Arsenal. You could easily see it. Like, they're rubbish. We're like in alright form, I guess. You have 2 bad results, but yeah, and Arsenal will rock up and they'll beat us. But I'm going to back the boys. I think if we play like we did against West Ham. We've got to just be a bit more careful. Like, in the transition, like the turnover, when West Ham got at us, we looked really fragile. But I feel like if you put Kante back in that DM result position, we'll get the positive result. But that's my opinion. But see what Frank does, because obviously there's so many fixtures. That's a reminder also. I'll do, like, because we're playing Monday as well, so I'll do an upload Monday for the next week's Premier League prediction, if that makes sense, because it's like a double week. And yeah, but onto this game, I think Arsenal always pose a threat. Frank said it in his press conference that we all know that, like, they're going to still bring the A game. I don't know if Aubameyang's fit, but nevertheless, I think we're going to win. I'm going with a 2-1 win. 2-1 to the Blues. Come on. And my dad's going 2-0. So let's see what happens. Come on, you Blues. Match reaction will be out after the game, as always. Come on. Don't let us down. Another 3 points, please. Okay, so the next game comes at the Etihad Stadium, where it's Man City taking on Newcastle. And yeah, if there was a banker, it'd probably be this one, to be honest. But can you say that in the Premier League this season? No, not really, because of what happened last time Man City played at the Etihad, drawing with West Brom, who sat their manager after. But yeah, 3-0 Man City banker, straight out there. Newcastle looked crap defensively. They couldn't beat a 10-man Fulham. They had 30-odd minutes with 10 men, Fulham, and they managed to get a draw. And Newcastle just don't really score many. And yeah, and they went out to the cup against Brentford. Their one chance of silverware for a long time. It's just a bit of a mess, to be honest. But yes, nevertheless, Steve Bruce has done a decent job for Newcastle, and he deserves all the praise. But they lack something going forward. I don't know what it is. They just lack that cutting edge, and that they just don't score many goals, and that's a bit of a problem. And they're not as good defensively as they were under Benitez, in my opinion. But I'm going 3-0 Man City. My dad's gone 3-0 Man City banker. We've all gone bankers. It should be straightforward for Man City, but you never know this season, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see. Moving on to the next game. So the last game comes at Bramall Lane, where it's Sheffield United. Well, last game of the day, where it's Sheffield United taking on Everton in a big game again for Sheffield United. They should. Well, they were 2 minutes away from recording their first Premier League win of the season in 13 games, but they didn't get it. And yeah, it's just the more it goes on, the more concern there must be in the Sheffield United headquarters. But I don't think they're going to win this one either. I think this is going to be an Everton win. Everton got a good win against Arsenal, who are also in the same crisis as Sheffield United. But I think this is going to be Everton, to be honest with you. They were unlucky in the cup game, to be honest. If Cavani got sent off, it's a different game and they could win that. But yeah, disappointing that must be for Everton. But I think they bounced back. They're going to get the 3 points. I'm going with a 2-0 Everton win. They're going to get a clean sheet. My dad's gone 2-1 Everton. So both in agreement. Everton are going to win, and they're going to send their fans 3 points. But yeah, let's move on to the Sunday games. Well, the day after Boxing Day, if that makes sense. It's all a nightmare, innit? But yeah, let's move on. So the next game is Leeds United, who got thrashed at Old Trafford 6-1, taking on Burnley, who got a really good... What's happening there? Who got a really good result against Wolves on Monday before Chelsea played. But honestly, I could see Burnley winning this one. I'm not even joking. They're so good defensively. They have a great setup, don't they? But they haven't been as good as they were previous seasons. But they're still like, they shut Wolves down. I know they scored, but yeah, they did well defensively to hold off Wolves' threat up front, as Chelsea couldn't. But yeah, this could be a shock, to be honest with you. I could see Burnley winning this one. But Leeds attacking play, they're going to score goals. And it's whether Burnley can keep up with them. I don't think they will. I'm going with a 3-1 Leeds win. My dad's gone 2-0 Leeds. So we both think Leeds will win. And yeah, Leeds' attack will be too good for Burnley's defence. But if Leeds have an off day attacking, Burnley can nick this one 1-0. Would not be surprised. And my money could be on Burnley here, but we'll see. But I'm going Leeds just because I think their attack will beat Burnley's defence. But yeah, let's move on. So the next game is West Ham United taking on Brighton at the Olympic Stadium. And I don't know, Brighton look a bit iffy, don't they? They look like they're a relegated team, to be honest with you. They couldn't beat a 10-man Sheffield United, and when you can't do that, you're surely destined for doom. They did get a last-minute equaliser, but it's not really what they wanted, especially against Sheffield United. But West Ham, good form, to be honest. First time they didn't score in a Premier League game since the start of the season when they came to the Bridge, which is an impressive stat that Chelsea broke. And I think they're going to score 2 this game, and they're going to win 2-0, to be honest with you. Straight out there, West Ham have been in good form apart from obviously losing to us last time out. But I think they're going to bounce back with 3 points, and Brighton won't handle it. And Brighton are getting relegated, I can tell you that for a fact right now. Just the way they're playing, they look really poor defensively. Attacking, they're relying on a 30-year-old Danny Welbeck. It's not really good for Brighton, is it, to be honest with you? But yeah, my dad's gone 2-1 West Ham as well, so both think West Ham will win. But one fact I do know is that Brighton have never lost against West Ham since they've been in the Premier League. So is that a good omen for Brighton? We'll have to find out. That'll be a good game as well to watch. So let's move on. So the second banker of the weekend comes at Anfield, and I think this is a certain banker. It's Liverpool taking on West Brom. And before I forget, make sure to do your fantasy teams. I'm going with a Salah captain for this one. I just think Liverpool will blow West Brom apart the way that Villa did. Villa could have had 6 or 7, to be honest, and they still won 3-0, but it could have been a lot more. It wasn't a good start for Sam Allardyce's reign at West Brom, should you call it. I don't like West Brom anymore, to be honest. After second Bilic, who played good football, going negative. I hope they get relegated, and I think they will still get relegated. I'm going with a 3-0 Liverpool win, banker. My dad's gone 3-0 banker as well. So, yeah, Salah to score. He'll get some good points on fantasy, I'm sure of it. But, yeah, this is straightforward for me. Liverpool to win. So, last game of the Boxing Day weekend, it comes at Molineux, where it's Wolverhampton Wanderers taking on Tottenham. And Tottenham win for me, to be honest. I think they won't make the same mistakes that we did, and they'll punish Wolves in a way that we didn't, and that could be the difference in top 4. But yeah, I should get over that game, to be honest with you. It's one of those, but I hope so. But yeah, I think Tottenham will win this game 2-1. I just think their attack is on fire. They're defending really well. I think Wolves will nick a goal, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think they will have enough to be able to beat Tottenham on this day. But yeah, my dad's gone 2-1 as well, but that's the predictions. So that's been the Premier League predictions, Boxing Day edition. Make sure you have a good Christmas, and I hope your team picks up 3 points, unless you're Tottenham, Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, all them teams. But yeah, make sure you have a good day, and stay safe and all that. Have a beer if you're over the age of 18. If not, don't. Have an orange juice instead. But yeah, have a good day. I hope you get what you want. I hope Santa delivered all your presents and all that good stuff. But yeah, up the Chelsea. Match reaction will be out tomorrow. Boxing Day, big game. Nerves already. All I'm going to be thinking about today. But yeah, let's see what we do. Have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one. Up the Chelsea.